again, this is Mr. Tom with another video for you. This week we are going to be making cork rafts. So it's July, it's hot out there, might be a nice time to go out to the pool or to the lake, just spend some time around water, kind of help you cool off. And so kind of been going with the theme of water for this month. I'm going to show you how to make a raft out of corks. If you've ever used olive oil before, sometimes they come with corks, or you can get cork board even, and go to some places and buy corks. But if you happen to have corks lying around, then that's perfect. And I will show you how we're going to make them. Alright, well, let's see what we've got here. I've got a tray of water right here, okay? So what we're going to do with our rafts is we're going to see if we could make them float, and we're going to see if they're strong enough to carry a little toy dinosaur on, okay? So first, if I could just get you zoomed in a little bit here so you can see closely what I did. I took 3 corks, okay? Notice I have a bunch of old corks here. So what I did was I took 3 corks and I just took a rubber band and I doubled it up and looped it around so that way I fastened together, they're nice and tight. Okay, now what do you think will happen when I place this in the water? Let's find out. Alright, so if you look closely, you see that it's floating, right? Now what do you think will happen if I push down with my finger? You see it goes down, of course, but it pops right back up. That's because corks are very light, okay, but there's also a force coming up from the bottom of the water. It's called buoyancy. It's actually helping to lift up the raft and keep it afloat, okay? So now the next challenge is to see if we can put one of our little toy dinosaurs on there and get them to stay. So I'm going to take my little triceratops here. Let's see. Oh, this might take a little trial and error. This is part of it though. You have to figure out where to make it perfectly balanced. Okay. And there, got it. So that took a little bit of trial and error there, but the point of this is to kind of get you to understand weight distribution. So, for example, this guy, he has a heavy frill, this part here, so his head is kind of heavy. So you want to make sure that isn't too far forward, otherwise he'll tip over. Okay, so you just got to position it just right, but then you can get him to stay on. Now let's say he wants a friend with him. Here I have, let's call him pterodactyl. Okay, so he's not a dinosaur actually, he's called a flying reptile. But let's see if we can include a friend on there. In order to do that though, do you think we're going to need a bigger raft? I think so. So we are actually going to try this guy here. Alright. Notice it's a little bigger, so instead of just 3 like on this one, I have 3 and 3 this way, and then I strapped it together with 2 rubber bands lengthwise like that. So we'll see if this is big enough. I'm going to put Triceratops here. Well, they're leaning, but it works. They're on there. But, you know, I think this is just a little too cramped. So we're going to go up a step. Here, I've got a row of 4, a row of 4 here. So let's try this. Okay. And you might even notice that the wider this is, the bigger this is, the more buoyancy there is that's keeping this afloat. So I can add more weight onto it. So let's do our Triceratops, and let's do our pterodactyl. Where to put him. There we go. See how easy that was? So the wider it is, the more it's able to stay afloat because you have that upward force coming from underneath called buoyancy. Now, let's say you wanted to add more toy dinosaurs. Well, if you got lots of corks, you can make lots of rafts. You can try and make really big ones. You can even have competitions with each other. See how big a raft you can make it. So, I hope that was fun, and I will see you next week in the next video.